Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, pertaining to wherever you might be located in the world. My name is Hartej. I'm a marketing specialist at Statusbrew. Today, we're going to talk about Facebook ads and how they work. We're going to talk about that you need to know your targeted audience, or it's the kind of advertisement that you want to push out to your followers or people who have connected with your brand. So we'll talk about all that, and just a little housekeeping before we get started. All the attendees are muted for the best experience of the webinar, and for the recording as well, which is going to be shared with all of you within the coming next 1 week. And so we will just wait for like about 1 more minute, and for the other attendees who might have got a little late to join us, and then we'll jump into the topic agenda of the day right after that. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay, so today we are talking about the topic how Facebook ads work. Join us on Twitter with the hashtag BrewTalk if you have any queries, any questions, whatever you want to say, connect with us and we will get back to you. So on Twitter, use the hashtag BrewTalk. That's my picture. I'm Hartej, your host of the day for today's webinar and the agenda for the day. So we will talk about why is it important in this age to be on Facebook, to market yourself on that. No matter what kind of business you have, Facebook has like almost 2.2 billion monthly users, and they have like 1.4 billion users who do come online every day. So you would not want to miss that, but we'll talk about all that. And then we will talk about the tweaks for creating an effective Facebook ad. So all the things that you need to be clear about, that you need to know to create your marketing campaign on Facebook. Then we will talk about the 7 options that we know about that you can like opt for marketing on Facebook's platform. And the last, we will talk about the new trends that are arising in Facebook marketing that are actually gaining popularity. So Facebook was founded in 2004. That's like 14 years from now. So it was founded in 2004, and its mission is to give people the power to build a community and bring the world closer together. Actually, people actually use Facebook to stay connected with friends and family, and they want to know that what's going on in the people that they know are connected to them on Facebook, what's going on in their world, and Facebook helps them to know, learn about that. So and like they come to share and express whatever like matters to them. So these numbers that you see over here, like Facebook has like, it's probably more right now, but these are the numbers from the press release that Facebook reported for its first quarter of 2018 this year. So according to that, like the daily active users that Facebook had were 1.45 billion on average, and that was for March this year, which was an increase of uh, like 13%, from last year. From in the same time in last year, it increased 13% from that. And similarly, the monthly active users were 2.20 billion. And again, as of March of this year, March 31st, which was also an increase of 13% if you looked at the numbers from the year before. Then the mobile advertising revenue that actually came from Facebook represented approximately 91% of advertising revenue, and for the first quarter of this year, for 2018, and which was up from like approximately 85% of like whatever the revenue was, the advertising revenue was in the first quarter of the last year, 2017. So Facebook, actually, if you like look at it, Facebook is just not powerful. It's flexible as well. Like, no matter what type of a company you are running, it has enough different marketing options that can be tailored to, like whatever kind of marketing efforts you want to do for your company, and whatever budget you have or the time constraints that you have. That, if you have a sale that you're doing for like about a week or something, then you can like have that constraint on your advertisement as well, so that it does not go beyond that time. And yes, it can take some time to like actually learn about all the features that you get while you are incorporating Facebook marketing and trying to learn in detail about it. But in the end, I'm telling you right now, it's worth it. Like once you know like what all options it gives you, and how easily you can target, like if you know your audience, like the options that Facebook give, because it has so much data. It has people's age, name, location, and their interests, and like what I mean, the pages they follow, what kind of, for the moment, like the companies that are savvy about Facebook marketing, and still know, like more and more detail about all the options that you get, and all the tweaks that you can do to your advertisements on Facebook. They have an edge over everybody else for the time being, unless like everybody else jumps on it too. But it's very popular. The early adopter advantage. And one more, traditional marketers, like once they once they jump in the marketing space, like the competition is definitely going to increase, and the prices as well for the advertisements that you are paying right now, they're going to increase as well. And the users, as they have you if you've done a comparison or studied about it, they have become more pickier than before, and they will become more pickier in the future, as everything starts to get more transparent. If you were not on Facebook right now, if Facebook is not a current part of the marketing campaign that you're doing for your business, you should be over there. You should be over there. You should like set aside some time to start, like by you could start by uh, a few testing campaigns and see what happens. And like anything else that you do, it says that practice to be good at it. And Facebook is like, if you look at it, Facebook is undoubtedly like the king of social media services. It's the number one in the world. And the Facebook app is the most used app within every age group, because, there you're connected to your own age and your friends. And but, like if you see at the numbers that the daily users, there are like, 1.4 billion daily active users. That's a big number. And Facebook, like, likes graphic content. A well-chosen photo is half of a successful post, actually. This blue platform that you enjoy otherwise also, enjoys and gives you the choice to play with like movies, and like even if you are uploading movies, if you are pushing out that kind of content, now what Facebook does is that it automatically starts the movie, even like when your movie is showing up in their feed or something, and they're scrolling up, it'll just start at the same time. And you could also play with like uh inspirational quotes, or like they're like are interesting statistics and are also worth mentioning. And its content should be matched to fan page users profiles, and whatever you are pushing out. So you want to make it look that like enticing for them, so that they come check it out. And it is wise to run a themed cycle, like where you look into the analytics and insights and make decisions according to that what are the days that you're like going to push in certain kind of posts, what times are you posting at, And all that depends what kind, first of all, the kind of business that you have and the engagement that you get for it on different times. So you gotta look into all those analytics once you have deployed your marketing campaign, that what are you getting the return on whatever investment you've done on it, and then so that in the future you can just make smarter decisions about the marketing that you do. This picture that we've taken from co-schedule does show that these numbers are by all the analytics that have been done about Facebook posting. So you see the engagement is like 32% higher on Sunday, and just like that, it's always like whatever the normal number is, it's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the engagement, it shows like Saturday and Sunday both are 32%, and Thursday and Friday it comes close to the weekend, and it's 18%. So looking at all those things, you could pick the days that you want to post on, like the frequency of the posts that you want to push out on the social channels that you are on, and like whatever time you want to pick for that, so that you get the optimum results of all your efforts. So you want to make sure all of that, and then you can get a good insight about all this if you look at in analytics regarding whatever efforts that you are doing. And then Facebook also like allows you to direct post to a group of recipients, like based on the email database. If you have one that you have collected, from either it's like the people who have bought from you in the past, or people who visit your website or have left their email with you, you could use that particular database to target them exactly just for the marketing efforts. You could direct them towards them. And this feature that Facebook gives you, it's called custom audience. So you pick that, you upload that, and then those people will be the ones who are exactly targeted with your marketing efforts. So in order to run Facebook ads, you should first make sure that that you do understand like important concepts about the business that you are running. Like what are your objectives? What are you trying to achieve out of whatever your marketing efforts are on Facebook? So what are your objectives? And then you want to direct them to, like, whatever the targeted audience, if you're more informed about that, and the layout of your ad, how do you want that to be? Because that, again, like, if something, you could push out one link ad so that people can directly just upload a picture and put a link with it, so that people can directly jump to your page. Or you could like, if you are selling products, you could actually use like a carousel ads. So it depends, like, whatever your objective is, like that. And then you're going to start advertising for your business on Facebook. The first question Facebook has is that so it gives you all these options. So you need to know about what your objective is, and choosing the right objective is very important for the success of our campaign, like whatever we are doing for our business. And then we get three options, like as you can see over here, like awareness and consideration and conversion. So whatever you're targeting to, like if your company is old and exists already, then maybe you would just be more looking into conversion. But if you were a startup, you would like to build awareness about your brand. And awareness should only be chosen if all you need is to put your name out there. If people are not familiar with your brand, exactly just like I explained right now. Just like the name, it helps you make your brand and yourself known. And if you want to get more leads, or visitors for your website, you should choose, like, consideration, so that they get to know that this option exists, and they can come visit your page or your website and see what you are all about. And finally, if you aim, like if you aim at selling products, then your objective is only conversion. And then again, like, this will be more easier for you if you already are familiar with what's your target audience actually. And it's actually a difficult part to exactly figure out who your target audience is. and that depends on the business and the product that you have. More familiar you are with its benefits to people and who is it like more for, then it's better for you, because in the future you can make better decisions for your marketing, and then you can direct it is exactly towards the target, your targeted or audience. Sorry. Yeah. And you can choose the audience. Actually, Facebook gives you that option as well, that you can choose the audience based on the demographics and whatever interest that they have interest, like, because they're going to be listed on, they do have them listed on Facebook. And then, as I told you, you could also like provide a custom audience if you wish to, if you want to go for a random advertisement to the chosen demographics and the people with the interests think would be should be targeted, then you can pick that, and then that'll be done. Or you can also you also have the option to provide a custom audience. And if you already are using Pixel and if it's installed, then people who have previously engaged actually with your Facebook content, or they are in the database that you have built till now, like, either it's emails or phone numbers, of specific numbers that you have, then you could like also choose the custom audience. If you, and it also gives you the option that if you have a list of more than 100 persons, like you also have the option to target look-alike audience, so that, which means that Facebook will use its algorithms that it has to find the users with the same kind of interest that like, the interests or behaviors the people have, and as your custom audience, and then they'll target them. The payment options are also important, like you can choose to pay a daily budget or a lifetime budget for your ad, actually. And research has shown that a lifetime budget, if you choose that one, is usually better and brings better results. And another decision we need to make is that whether we want to pay like cost per click, it's called CPC, or CPI, that's cost per impression. And in my like opinion, we should always choose CPI, if our objective is awareness, because if we're a budding marketer for our like new business, then we want to create more awareness about our brand. And like paying the CPI means that sorry, that uh, we will be charged for like every 1,000 views of our ad, like to disregarding like the users engagement with the whatever advertisement we've pushed out, but we'll be charged like 1,000 times showing our ad to like as in 1,000 different people. And with cost per click, it is different, since we only pay for what we get actually, so it's more like, if it's new, you would like to create awareness, and this is only directed, the CPC is mostly directed just towards conversion, so that people can just come and buy. Okay, the layout of your advertisement. So choosing the right layout also depends on like whatever objective that we have for our business, and then if we need leads, or we want to create awareness, we can, as I explained, we can we can choose the single link option that we see over here, and then which also means that like a single image will be displayed just with the link that we have, and then if we have a different objective, which is of conversion, that we want the customer visiting our website, they should buy our products or buy from us, then we should pick the when we should pick the option that is more towards conversions. And we should consider the carousel ads, because they're just a bit expensive, but they if we are selling products or something, first of all, and then they're a bit expensive, but they allow us to display almost like 3 to 5 products images in the same advertisement for users, and they get to see that and they can click on one of them if they want to. They'll be if they want to buy it or see it in detail, they'll be directly taken to the link that is attached to that. So choosing the format of your ads, pertaining to whatever your objective is, that too. And then obviously your budget plays in as well. And then like, as I said, if you're a business that is just selling services, then you can just, something like that, you could just have one picture, and then you could have a link, and you could have a description about yourself. But if you are selling products, then you could go with something like carousel ads option over here as well, given to you, so that in the same advertisement you can at least show, like, 5 pictures of your 5 different products that the customers get to choose from if they like them. And then finally, we need to learn, like, how to run like different when we are running our advertisement. We do not want to run just with one, because we do not know like how receptive our audience is going to be with that kind of advertisement. We should run, like, different types of ads as well. So we should, it's called like running A and B ads. To This is actually to see that which version of the advertisement that we are pushing out performs better, which kind of advertisement that we are pushing out, people like that. And then be sure about this, that when you are doing the A and B testing, A and B type of ad testing, then you need to run more odds in parallel, each of them with different settings, such as, like you're targeting to different audience, or you are using different images, and or the text that you are using in your, in your advertisement. Those are different from those are different that are used in both the ads. And then after that, you can definitely check out the analytics about that, because you need to know that which advertisement that you do have or are running for your business is performing better. So whichever ad has better results, you want to opt for that, and then you want to go with that, and you can push that advertisement out. Okay, so once you are like, you should be familiar. Once you are familiar with all these things about your business, we're going to talk about the different ways that you can actually market on Facebook. So now we are going to talk about 7 different options that you can opt for to market on Facebook, like the options that you have, or the kind of advertisements that you could do for your business that are going to have a positive return on your investments. So, like, whether you're a big corporation, or like, even if you are a small local business, per se, and actually for you, Facebook is a very powerful marketing tool, like, it's a great space to keep your customers or your followers informed, and then you could develop your brand identity on Facebook, and you could also broaden your reach, because slowly, as you start getting more to get more following or more customers connect with you, you'll broaden your reach, and then you'll have an even stronger word of mouth. So the first option that we are going to look at is Facebook business pages. So this is actually a free marketing tool that Facebook um, provides you, and you can optimize this to make it more attractive. And Facebook pages actually it's a great free marketing tool, for your business that you could build. And these pages let businesses identify themselves, and they're not just through like listing their product offerings, like whatever they're trying to sell, like either products or their services that they are trying to sell, but it also lets you like share your links, or even your images or some posts that you think are popular, or might have got good attention. And you can share all this that you like on a customized page actually, for your that represents your business, and actually gives it, like that would give your business a good personality and character as well, and build with your audiences. So you could do that using a Facebook business page. So your Facebook business page is a great place to, like, where you get to develop your like brand identity, or show your brand's human side actually to the followers or your customers who are connected with you. And this is Facebook, this platform is actually a place where you can lose the tie actually a bit, when you are dealing with your customers. And don't you should not be afraid to be funny, like to push out funny content, but it should be relatable. And ultimately, you should also consider what your key audience, the target audience that you have, or the exact audience that you are directing your marketing efforts towards. So you want to, uh, you would want to push out the content that they would like to see, and then that gets your brand, or the content that you push out, the maximum engagement. And then for this, you could share images or links, videos, or anything actually. And as long as it is connected to our brand or our business, and it seems like it is something that our target audience, or the people who are connected with us, would enjoy and would like to see, and in like, you could, like, obviously you could push out hilarious videos, but in addition to that, a store like specializing in footwear, might also post an article about, how to measure your foot, or even like, something like, what kind of shoe inserts should people use pertaining to whatever kind of, I mean, like the foot shape or size they have, etc., like things like that. So it is like still the content, they are being a shoe store, whatever content they are pushing out, it is still relatable to their brand, although they are pushing out funny stuff, or like videos of cute kittens, or like dogs or something like that. But then they have relatable and knowledgeable content in their feed as well. The second option that you have is the Facebook classic ads. And Facebook, offers its own form of advertisements that you can do on Facebook. And so Facebook classic ads are the ones that always appear on the side columns of the Facebook site. And these classic ads are referred to more specifically as marketplace ads. They include a headline with a copy. You could add an image, and a link for your Facebook page, or an app that you want to push the link to, like an outside website app or website. And then implementing Facebook advertising into your Facebook marketing strategy is one of possible techniques that you could incorporate for, like, increasing the likes, or basically driving more traffic to your website, and getting those likes and clicks actually. And when you are using these Facebook classic ads, you do get the options of targeting your audience with specifying all things like demographics, the age, the location, or the education they have, or the interests that the people have that you want to target. You can specify all those things. And then you can, on top of that, you could also set like an ad budget, like what do you want to spend on advertisements. And ad testing, like in which multiple ads, as I explained, A and B, when I said that when you do want to test out, like, A and B types of different forms of your advertisement to see which one receives more engagement. So you can run these things like simultaneously in order to compare their analytics, or whatever returns, I mean, like that you are getting from them. And then whatever the layout that you have chosen, or like how they have been set up, you could actually see which one works more for you. And the tools that are built into Facebook, when you are using advertisements, Facebook's advertisements options, then you should definitely see their the performance measurement tools as well, to get a better insight into the kind of results that your marketing efforts are having. And remember, Facebook does not release information about their ad click-through rates. So it's actually difficult to know like how successful Facebook ads really are. And in a study where Facebook ads were compared with the Google Play ads infographics, it was found out that Facebook ads generally have a CTR of 0.051%, and an average of a CPC of like $0.80, so 80 cents. However, do remember, like a business's Facebook advertising cost can vary a lot depending on like whatever you are trying to target, and then the targeting options that you have set, and depending on the competition, what they are paying or what they are being charged, you could be charged differently. Using Facebook advertising to increase basically our businesses likes that we have, or making it more familiar with around the people, and it actually can be very beneficial. Once a user actually likes our page, they essentially like they become our businesses followers, our business pages followers. And then our whatever we are the post that we are pushing out, or whatever content we are pushing out, will appear on their Facebook news feed when they open their account. And this actually results in more users interacting with us, and our brand, and forming actual relationships that actually may end up in translating to conversions in the future, with them buying something from us. So the third option that you can choose is to run Facebook contests. Running Facebook contests, or like sweepstakes or promotions, is a marketing tactic that can actually increase our our fans, or the awareness for our brand can be done with that. And do remember, when we conduct contests on Facebook, we need to be aware about the thing that we cannot host Facebook contests on Facebook, sorry, through Facebook itself. And businesses must use a third party app for creating their Facebook contest. And then they can they'll be able to direct the users, like to their app or their Facebook page or their website. And there are plenty of tools that can help us with all of this. And then there are a couple of them are free as well, like rest of them we do have to pay for whatever services we are using. Like short stack offers like a number of free contest templates that we can run, and so long as your page has like under 2000 likes, they will not charge you anything. And just like that, Page Modo also has a free option that it provides you to run contests. Many third-party Facebook contest apps offer free versions. So, like, if they, just like the before I said that if your page has less than 2000 likes, you will get the service for free. But if it is more than that, then you will have to pay for whatever, if you're trying to run a contest through that particular service. And so Page Modo has few free options, and then many third-party Facebook contest apps, do offer free versions of their software that we can use, but whatever like the options that we get to use are limited, compared to something that we are paying for, and then getting the full experience of it, and the options open to us. Then we have the Facebook promoted posts. So Facebook's the promoted post options lets us, like pay a flat rate, in order to, like have their individual Facebook posts like reach a certain number of users. It's like, and we could pay extra for that, so that our post is boosted in, and that will, what it will do is that it will increase the reach and the impressions that the particular post is getting. Some businesses have asked, why should I have to pay Why should I have to pay to ensure that my post is seen by users who are already my followers? If a user, if the question was that if a user has already liked the page, and then like they should definitely see whatever post you are pushing out. But the answer for that, the actual answer, if you see, it's no, because it assumes, according to that, it assumes that users are spending like every working moment of their life on Facebook and on Facebook's news feed, and actually will not be missing a feed in their post that sorry, a post in their feed that you have pushed out. Like a good thought is that for the health and the safety of whatever followers you have, whatever Facebook fans you have, I hope this is not true. And if a fan of ours happens to be looking at their news feed when we post in our story about our business, then they will likely see it, because at that time they are on their feed, and then they'll see whatever people or like pages they're connected to, whoever has pushed out the recent post, that will show up in their feed. And then, but still, there is no guarantee that like they are going to see your they are going to get to see your post, because if their feed is already swamped by other posts, that then it's like a choice that they have to make. This is where promoted posts help us. It ups the chances of it to be seen by people. You can add that option on, where you reach your friends or your fans as well. And these posts these posts are very easy to set up. We just need to click on the button. We just need to click on this button that appears on below our post on our page. And while the flat rate simplifies the process, promoted posts do miss one thing. Do remember that, like the targeting options that you get, in other ads, you cannot do that for these kind of posts. Then you have sponsored stories. The sponsored stories are actually a type of Facebook ad that shows a user's interactions. So such as like if a person has liked a page or a friend, and then they will show that to a friend of that person, that your friend has like that. So sponsored stories seek to, like, they want to, what they're is that they want to capitalize on word of mouth marketing concept. And you can see where I'm going. Like if a user sees that two or three of his friends have liked a certain page, he's more inclined towards checking it out, that what is it that his friends have checked out, or three of his two or three of his friends have checked out. The goal of sponsored stories is to have a user take the same action as their friends. Like they like the page, they want the friend that they're showing that advertisement to that they like the page as well. And and remember, advertisers can choose to show like friends likes if they want. They could show friends, like, who have claimed if there is an offer that you have put out. So while the action performed by a friend, like either they've liked a page or they've claimed a certain offer that has been pushed out by a brand, and that part has been pushed out, the post of that has been pushed out in the newsfeed of a friend. These posts are, like, a lot of times they're just overlooked. So sponsored stories actually help you in getting like preferred positioning for your posts, and which is capable of appearing in like news feeds and the right side bar where the other classic ads show. Sponsored stories is also like Sponsored stories is the only ad format available on mobile devices. Sponsored stories don't only apply to likes or offers like that have been put out. They can be used with any Facebook Open Graph app actually. And if a friend has just installed Scramble, and with friends, on Facebook, sponsored stories can show, users that are like that person's friends or connected to that person, that he has just played the scramble, and then the invite can be like to challenge them to or to play with them, any similar version can be used for that. And Facebook actually claims that sponsored stories have 46% higher CTRs, click-through rates, and 20% lower CPCs than regular Facebook ads. So making them a very serious strategy for marketing on Facebook. Facebook sponsored stories can be created easily through the Facebook ad create flow, and Open Graph sponsored stories with with a customized action to require the advertiser to use a third-party provider. The sixth option that we are going to talk about is Facebook Open Graph options. So Facebook Open Graph actually lets businesses label a user's action with their app, or and billions of interactions are posted on Facebook every day. Businesses can actually create a third-party app for it, that connects to a user, and posts a notice on Facebook actually when a user performs like a specific action that they have to the ad. And Facebook's the option of Open Graph also allows for creative and interactive options outside of standard like and comment, like posts that can suggest that users listen, taste, read. It's up to businesses to get creative. Virtually any time a site or app prompts users to sign into Facebook, it has something to do with connecting the user with the Facebook Open Graph actually. And just like if you look at other apps who do that, Spotify is actually a great example how they've used Facebook to become more powerful and get more users. All it starts like this kind of marketing, all it starts is with the Facebook login prompt. This is followed immediately by a permission request, in which many users just click through without a little thought that they're giving them the permission for accessing their accounts or using their account in those purposes. I actually discovered that I had given permission to like 100 apps, and 95% which I did not recall giving permission to, or even did remember that what was the reason for me to give them permission. with these kinds of ads, the users are actually given a variety of options that they can opt for. And Open Graph actions like these are unique enough to stand out from the cluttered craziness of users like news feed. It just, to look at it, it's different as well. And this has been used by many Facebook games. They make a frequent use of like this option of Open Graph. And then they post a notice when user has either completed a level or won an achievement. Open Graph actions are being categorized as a new type of consumer story actually, and taking advantage of word of mouth phenomenon. Open Graph posts are more meaningful to users because they are being generated by a familiar friend, and not simply by a brand or a business that which makes them the latest and the greatest of Facebook's marketing tools or the options that you have. The seventh one we are going to talk about are the Facebook Exchange. So Facebook Exchange lets advertisers take advantage of ad retargeting actually, and and it's done on Facebook like through real-time bidding. Advertisers can target audience based on web history data actually. When a user actually visits a product page on a retailer's website but fails to make a purchase, the retailer can then display like an ad about their product that the user was viewing, or something, some other product that they have. They can show that to the customer again to retarget them, that maybe they'll convert. And while Facebook's retargeting ads were only relegated to side columns, recently these ads have been allowed to appear in the news feeds as well. The most valuable Facebook real estate that is known. And this is actually a great news for the advertisers that are using this option. And since the response rates for newsfeed ads are actually like 10 to 15 times higher than that of like ad placement in the right column, that is ignored a lot of times. So how exactly these Facebook exchange ads perform? The click-through rates, for Facebook exchange ads is 40% lower than the other, web retargeting ads, like those offered by Google Display Network, etc. Other retargeting ads are also cheaper, with price per unique clicks costing 80% less than Facebook retargeting ads. And still, in terms of cost per impression and cost per click, FBX ads are considerably cheaper. So the monetary benefits actually depend on our business needs. Like, these numbers are always like they're subject to change as FBX ads begin to appear more often, in the news feeds. Next we'll talk about the new trends in Facebook marketing that we are seeing nowadays. So the first new trend that we are seeing is shopping on Instagram stories. So this actually gives us an option to create like more interactive and engaging shopping experience by adding product stickers, to our Instagram stories or something like that. And an example of shopping tags in Instagram stories would be like users viewing, the story will be able to get the product details and other information, and they'll also have the ability to click through to the website of that particular product and make a purchase. Second trend that we are seeing is coming up is augmented reality ads. So with these kind of ads, like with augmented reality ads, brands will be able to build a deeper connection with the users by helping them to interact with different products, and experiences within the Facebook platform. As you can see, like, the ads will enable users to quickly access the Facebook camera to test, like our offerings, or via a tap, or to try on a CTA that we have placed over there. Next thing we do notice trending is Facebook stories ads. Facebook stories ads will also enable brands to create new experiences via the platform. Facebook Stories ads will also enable brands to create new experience via the platform stories options. And Facebook Stories hasn't taken off the way Instagram Stories has actually, if you compare both of them. But this type, this type of full screen creative is very popular right now, and Facebook Stories ads will provide more options to reach people across both platforms actually in the future. The fourth one is playable ads. So Facebook also, recently added playable ads for game apps, which enables users to try before they buy, and which should lead to higher intent, because they get to experience that particular game. So this should actually lead in higher intent installs, from this users who have the opportunity to experience the app before installing it. Sorry. The fifth one is Facebook page recommendations. So you may have already seen this, but Facebook page reviews have been updated to recommendations. So on pages, you will see that where you could leave comments or something. Now it says recommendations over here. And this update actually aims to provide page visitors, whoever is visiting that page, with a better understanding of what they can expect, based on previous customers' experience, like whatever recommendations they have left by accessing those. So which does also add an extra level of transparency to the feedback. The sixth one is the redesigned pages on mobile. So another update that Facebook has pushed out is that the update to Facebook business pages, they have been redesigned for to be viewed on mobiles, and they've made them more easier for navigation so that they can easily be navigated through. And then this is intended to drive more action, according to Facebook actually. The seventh one is that they the video metrics updates that they have incorporated. So Facebook actually recently also updated like its video and and its advertisement metrics, and this was done in order to help advertisers get a better uh, handle on whatever like the true engagement on their video was, and so that they can optimize video, like whatever they are creating and pushing out, depending on the behaviors that they are seeing from people on uh, I mean on their content that they have pushed out before. And the eighth trend we see is that so self-serve brand lift in test and learn. So this by this I mean that Facebook has also implemented new self-serve options, like to test and understand how our Facebook ad campaigns impact the perception of our brand, and with this tool, we uh, we actually can't wait to get more savvy with it and get more familiar with it. The ninth trend is video creation kit. So if you have no video, it's not a problem anymore. And because Facebook recently launched a new video creation kit, which enables you to turn your like existing photo assets into mobile optimized videos. And these easy to use templates like include text options also. The 10th trend that we see is lookalike audience. We did talk about this before. So lookalike audience, are great, and but like to exactly say how much better they are, or like to identify or target the people like similar to our current base, similar to our customers, we still have to like find that out, but it's trending as well. And the 11th trend on Facebook is value optimization with the minimum return on advertisement spend. Facebook is also now providing advertisers with more capacity to control on the value a campaign generates, by letting you set the lowest acceptable return on ad spend, whatever you're doing, or like based on this, Facebook's systems will bid to match or exceed the value, like whatever you have entered over there. And this is actually another great way to optimize your marketing campaigns for your business. So these 11 updates are trending right now, and you could actually you should, and as I said, you should not miss the opportunity of using Facebook for marketing your business, as there are so many people on it, and it is ever growing, and it's growing day by day more. And then now they're launching a satellite as well for all those places which are not connected to Facebook can connect to it. So hopefully all this information has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please send them in. You'll have the answers to all of them in your email by tomorrow. And the recording for this webinar is going to be shared with all of you within this coming week. Thank you and take care. Bye.